Hello, and welcome to my leadership journey. My name is Simon, and this is a reflection on my leadership development and how my progress has, knowingly or otherwise, been affected by major leadership theories. I was not born a great man by any means, but I certainly wanted to be awesome. I did not aspire to be Alexander the Great or Napoleon. I didn't even know who they were back then. My role models for leadership were superheroes. I wanted to be Superman. But as I was not gifted with superpowers from birth, I thought that with some rigorous training and putting myself in peril, that my burgeoning powers would be revealed. Therefore, I undertook flying training. This involved me jumping from the stairs in my house to a chair in the hall. For every successful jump, I moved the chair further away. This progressed until a crash, a scream and a broken collarbone later, I found myself the only person in Guildford Hospital in a Superman costume. I recovered but did not learn immediately. I broke my collarbone a second time before giving up on the superhero great man approach. My next disastrous attempt at leadership was as a Cub Scout, aged about 10. I was made a sixer, a leader of 6 other poor Cub Scouts. Every week, on the evening the pack met, we had to line up on parade for an inspection. To achieve this, I used the threat of violence to control and dominate my 6. Not only is this horrific, it is also ridiculous. I was a very skinny boy who could hardly stand up in a stiff breeze. It is all very embarrassing, so let's move on. Things did not get better for a while as I went from scrawny child to gawky teenager. If I compared myself to the leadership traits from early theories, I had very little to offer. I was not charismatic, confident, or attractive. I was not the sports star or the leader of any gang at school. It is almost a surprise that my leadership journey did not stop there. But then I went to college, and for the first time in my life, I was actually taught something about how to be a leader. I still remember the lecture where we were taught John Adair's action-centered leadership model. The simple idea of balancing the 3 core management circles of task, team and individual has stuck with me ever since. I went from the quietest person in my year to the dizzy heights of college prefect with my newfound knowledge. The next step for me was a lesson in situational leadership. In other words, how you can adapt your leadership style depending upon the team and circumstance. I've always loved the mountains, and during university I was climbing in the Alps with a few friends. There was no official leader of the group, but the loudest person in the group inevitably assumed that role. One day we were climbing a long route and the weather deteriorated quickly. The clouds thickened, and as we reached the summit, we found ourselves in the middle of an electric storm. The person who had been leading seemed paralysed by this turn of events. I suddenly knew what to do. Without even really thinking, I took command. I outlined a quick, simple plan and led the team at pace down the mountain to safety. After university, I went to the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. The motto of Sandhurst is famously "Serve to Lead," and here the emphasis was on putting the mission and the team before self. This model of servant leadership, creating an environment where people can flourish and succeed, has influenced all my leadership since. I could not relate to being the great man or using power or charisma, but helping others to succeed, that is something I could do. The exposure to situational leadership and servant leadership helped me to learn that my favourite leadership style was non-directive. I like to ask questions and encourage people to be creative, to work together and to share success. This style was well suited to bomb disposal, which was my first job as an officer in the Royal Engineers. I learned to love working in small, specialist, highly motivated teams. I left the regular army and started working as a project manager on large construction projects such as the Shard, the tallest building in London. As compared to the army, people in this job would not do what I said just because of my position. When the chips were down, it was all about transactions. As a project manager, you could fall back on the leverage of contractual agreements and money to ensure that things got done. This lesson in transactional leadership was an important one, but construction was not where my heart was. So, when I was offered the chance to be a part of a non-profit startup, I jumped at the chance. I was responsible for the charity's operations, and this included recruiting, training and managing large groups of volunteers. The largest group of volunteers that I led needs to give up 1 Sunday in 3 and work a 10-hour day. To achieve this, I had to learn about transformational leadership. My position held no real power. There was no military law, contract, or money to use as influence. Scarily, I had to motivate the team without these levers for them to turn up and do the job. This was the first time I really had to think about vision and how to inspire people to be part of something. All this experience led me to helping other startups and leaders going through similar experiences. As I reflect on the leader that I am today, I feel I'm getting closer to what might be called authentic leadership. In other words, as a leader, I'm increasingly comfortable leading in a way that reflects my values, my character, and the things that I'm passionate about. The journey continues, but I know that I'm a leader who loves adventure and challenge, and I find empowering and equipping others deeply satisfying. But then, just when I think I'm getting the hang of this leadership thing, I become a parent and realise that I still have plenty of failings. So that is the journey so far. Basically, I've come a long way, but I have a long way to go.